Hey everybody, I did not forget about you. Just a late night for me. Had a lot going on today. So I'm not drinking any seltzer today. What I am drinking is a 21-year-old single malt, and it's outstanding. Really, really good. Take my first sip of the evening. Oh, excellent, as always. Now, I want to start tonight by talking about a study I just read, and this one is right up my alley. A new study shows that drinking alcohol makes you more creative. It explains a lot. Like the time I gave my friend, who is a male, a hickey when I was in high school, we were just being creative. Or how about the time we jumped off the top of the school building into the bushes thinking it would cushion our fall. Creative. And it worked. None of us died. It's amazing. So, maybe all those bad choices I did make under the influence of alcohol was really creativity. It explains a lot. I'm telling you, man. Really. But I still confused about what's going on today. Apparently, Mr. Potato Head has been canceled. Mr. Potato Head, who's been around for like 100 years, canceled. No more Mr. Potato Head. It will now be Gender Neutral Potato Head. Did anybody tell Mrs. Potato Head that she's going to be looking for a little something that Mr. doesn't have anymore? Just saying. What's next with the stupidity of today? Luke, I am your parent? Will that be the new makeover? I certainly hope not. When are we going to stop this stupidity? I mean, listen, freedom of speech is great. It gives you the freedom to say any stupid thing you want. Any stupid idea you have could come out. Freedom of speech. But have we reached the peak of stupidity yet? I think not, because the well runs deep. And as I said, stupidity can't be cured by a shot of penicillin. However, maybe you get a little creative. You can think of how to use that stupidity. Now, I did learn this week that math, now we all thought it was the new math in the Common Core, but apparently it's not math. Apparently, math is based on white supremacy. Math is racist because when you have 2 plus 2, the answer should not be 4. You should be able to come up with 2 different answers. That math is based on white idealism. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Who came up with this? Some white woman with purple hair. Go figure. The well of stupidity runs deep. I say it all the time. You know, speaking of this racism and white supremacy, there was a black woman who was giving a presentation to a group of middle-aged to older white women. And it was, white people are born racist and are the devil, and the white race should be eradicated. These people, these white women, it was all white women, paid money for this. Again, what is wrong with people? It is not a problem. You are not born a racist. And I'm going to tell you how I know why. Because I'm not a racist, and I know a lot of people aren't racists. Today, what you're not going to see in the news was down south somewhere, there's a little white boy who was coached by a black man. And at the end of the year, he gave him a gift. And he gave him a gift and he said, I love you, on a mug, you are my favorite coach. And then he read a note to him saying, you're my favorite coach, I love you, I want you to be my coach forever. This black man was crying in hystericals, as was this little white boy. You know why? Because racism and systematic racism does not exist. It is a made-up construct by the media. Love is what exists. Stupidity exists. Hatefulness exists. Ignorance exists. And the media perpetuating racism exists. Believe it because it's true. It's true. Now, get right to our government here. Cuomo should be in jail. There's no doubt about that. Now he's accused of all these sexual abuse. Of course, he said, hey, I didn't do it. Wasn't me. He's probably friends with Weinstein and Woody over there. Another hobby. Believe all women, man. I don't know what's going on. Except if you're Cuomo, we need to find the facts. So we had the new Attorney General confirmation hearings. So he's being asked questions, and one of the questions was about domestic terrorism. If you light a fire to a building and destroy a building, which happened in Seattle at night, a federal building, he said it's not domestic terrorism because it was at night. My follow-up question is, if I have sex with somebody at night, is that considered sex? So at nighttime, nothing counts. Everything's off the table. It's pandemonium, anarchy. At night, no rules. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, at night. A lot of things happen at night. Say, I was wondering why these bills, the other night, this COVID relief bill was passed. It was 2 a.m. Why are these bills passed so late in the House of Representatives? Not the Senate, the House of Representatives. And I was thinking, who's in charge of the House of Representatives? That drunken old hag, Pelosi. So if she starts drinking at 9 in the morning and she drinks a jug handle full of Tito's, how long do you think it takes her to sober up? So after her nap, her coffee, and her soberness, it's probably midnight. Explains a lot. Drunken old hag should not lead any branch of our government, any house of our government, nothing. But drunken old hag may be creative. Not sure about that one, though. Now, it really is. It's amazing that the Democrats put in that bill a $15 minimum wage increase. However, the kick in the ass is they're not letting you go back to work, so nobody's going to see it anyway. It's just a piece of paper. We talk about this all the time. You have a baseball card that's valued at $100,000, but you could only sell it for $100,000. It's not really worth $100,000. It's worth what somebody's going to buy for it. So a $15 minimum wage, if you're not going to back, is worth nothing at all. Now, Dr. Fauci and the CDC. They never cease to amaze me. He keeps waffling on his stand. What am I going to say this week? So now the vaccines come out. He's saying sometime in 2022, we can take off the masks and stop social distancing. He doesn't want people being too comfortable. People look too happy after they got the vaccine. That's what he said. People look too happy after they got the vaccine. Of course they're happy. People are waiting forever to get this vaccine. They want to resume their life. Wear a mask after the vaccine. It's called my immune system. That's my mask after the vaccine. This mask is going to be off in a little bit. Conspiracy theories? Your immune system is not a conspiracy theory. It works to keep you healthy. Fauci needs to go. I've never seen an official in our government, the highest paid official. This man loves to hear his own voice and see himself on TV more than that criminal Cuomo. Have I mentioned Cuomo should be in jail? For many, many things. Unbelievable. Now, let's talk about back at home. The squirrels have been relatively quiet for a couple of weeks. I haven't had any really gems. However, they gave me a couple this week. So, my wife, she's on a little Q15 diet. She wants to lose a couple of pounds. She's doing a great job. She looks fantastic. She's very happy with herself, the way she looks now. So, one of the squirrels said to her, she says, "Hey, Mom, you need to look better, so you need to sans the junk food." Sans the junk food? I said, "Squirrel, where'd you hear that?" He goes, "It's in a dictionary. It means none. Mom, no junk food." It was pretty funny. She wasn't irritated that we were both laughing. However, the very next day, I'm making dinner, no junk food, and I said, "Dude, you gotta clean up." Wasn't cleaning up. Looked back in there. I said, "Dude, you gotta clean up." He turns around and goes, "What are you looking at?" I said, "What am I looking at?" I said, "Dude, you have to clean up. Come on, go to eat dinner." He goes, "You're really pissing me off, Dad." That's what I get. I just made him dinner. I got his request. I made him dinner. He wanted hot dogs in a blanket, pigs in a blanket. That's what I made him. But I was pissing him off. This is what I'm dealing with. Now, I have to ask you guys something seriously. Not for me, for a friend. Now, this is a real question. If your wife is struggling with some anxiety and she's on medication, and she halves the dose because she wants to lose weight, and she says to you, "If you notice any changes, let me know." Do you let her know? That may be a worse question then. Did his jeans make me look fat? I'm really not sure how to handle this. I'm really not sure how to tell my friend how to handle this. Very delicate situation. I don't know where to go on this. And do you go why they're angry, or do you wait sometime after the event? Not sure. I could use some guidance. It's angry old Irish Mac, not genius old Irish Mac. Told you I'm not that bright. Ask my wife. I've said it many times. Now, what I don't understand, I heard a new term this week called intersex. Intersex. What the hell is intersex? Sex, I know, male, female. Intersex, not really sure. But only 1% of our population, or less than 1% of our population, is intersex. So, once again, to me, I don't care what you relate to, who you are, what your orientation is. I just want to know if you're a good or bad person. I love everybody. I don't care. Don't care. You're either a good person or a bad person. In my mind, it really is black and white. The black and white is good and bad. However, if you are in that 1% or less, it is not the norm. It is abnormal. If 99% of our population believes a certain thing, that would be normal. The other 1% would be abnormal. Abnormal is not synonymous with bad, deplorable, horrible. It's not a negative connotation, as people would like you to believe. So let's get off of putting the labels on everything, but let's face facts. It's just math. I know math is racist now, but it really is 1%, 99%. 99% is the normal. Now, no, Joe Biden made a comment last week about the people of color not being able to use the internet. They're too dumb to use the internet, can't get vaccines. My mother may be a person of color. I can't figure it out. She can't get on the internet to get an appointment. I just want to finish by saying this. Not really finish, because you always do my last thing. People, in general, often confuse being educated with being intelligent. It is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. And I think in our society, that's where we're running into problems these days. Now listen, tomorrow's not guaranteed. I say it all the time, stupid is forever. I haven't been murdered and we're approaching a year since the corona shutdown. 2 weeks has turned into almost a year. But I want you to find somebody you love, tell them you love them, give them a hug, give them a kiss. Cheers, everyone. I love you.